My experience of engaging with policymakers emanates from two key routes. The first is policymakers reaching out to academics, and the second is academics reaching out to policymakers. So in my experience, policymakers are very keen to learn from the latest research evidence from academics, perhaps on a hot and topical issue, and they might reach out through APPGs or via emails or public policy. A good example here is that I was invited to Number 10 to attend a symposium on gender equality at work, where we all, a group of us academics, had to give our evidence on that issue, which was a really interesting event. In the second route of academics reaching out to policymakers, you can also be quite high profile here. So, for example, I did arrange a couple of symposiums at the House of Commons where we invited key policymakers from both houses to attend and discuss how better policy could tackle the issue of gender equality at work. I was really fortunate to be able to undertake a secondment at McDonalds, which is a multinational global infrastructure organisation with headquarters based in London. And what I learned from this experience was the centrality of business organisations in UK policy making. So many of the members of that organisation were involved in advisory groups or sitting on advisory boards with policymakers, being centrally involved in policy making on the ground. And through my secondment, I was able to become involved in some of that consultation work, and the report I produced fed back into policy making, both at the organisational level, but also at national UK level and in terms of professional societies. In my recent book, Getting In and Getting On in Youth Labour Markets across the different regions of the UK, I looked at how macro-level policy is implemented on the ground by local authorities and also youth organisations working with young people's employability. And what the book really revealed is that there is often a gap in how policymakers envisage youth employability training and how that's operationalised on the ground. So youth trainers sometimes have to reframe training in order to make it more appropriate and relevant to young people's needs and motivations. My advice for reaching out to policymakers, in short, it's say yes to any invitations and opportunities, and be proactive and reach out yourself and make those opportunities.